Uh, Joining us, as I said, is Dr. Tim Shriver. Tim, please, you may go ahead and greet us.
Thank you. Can you hear me, Charles? Yes?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh,
we
good.
can.
Thank you. Well, listen, thank you for letting me join and barge in to the beginning of this important conference. I'm here in Abu Dhabi, back to the site of our World Games 2019, where so many African programs performed with great distinction, brought home many medals, I know, made great memories. We're back here now in a global conference talking about early childhood. And I'm here very lucky to be presenting on the Young Athletes Program, the importance of reaching our moms and dads in the earliest stages of the lives of their Special Olympics athletes, to support them, provide them with positive messages of hope, to provide them with a community of welcome when the child is 6 months or 12 months or 24 months or 36 months old, 4 or 5 years old, to provide them with skills and experiences that build their strength and their confidence and their connection and their relationships and their capacity to grow and develop. So anyway, I'm just excited about sharing the message here in Abu Dhabi again with leaders from around the world in early childhood. And I mentioned all that just to say how important, Charles, the next 2 days are for this leadership conference. Listen, we all know the pandemic has been devastating for our families, for our athletes, for countries all over the world. Maybe for the only time, at least in our lifetimes, the world will see all of us vulnerable, all of us needing each other, all of us in the same fearful position. But at the same time, the world has also seen how urgent inclusion is. It's no longer just the cause of our movement. It's now the cause of the world. We can't have the injustice and the intolerance and the discrimination that we've seen in our healthcare systems, in our education systems, in our distribution of vaccines. It can't go on any longer. Everyone knows it now. So in some ways, Charles, this team now has, in this leadership conference, its most urgent opportunity. Because right now, all throughout the Africa region, all those beautiful dots across the continent that we just saw, every person in this movement has a leadership opportunity, the likes of which we've never had. Political leaders, sport leaders, cultural leaders, they're all asking questions. How do we become more inclusive? And this is our chance to lead, not to follow, not to go in begging people, oh, please, think about children with special needs, think about our community. No, going in with pride and confidence. We have the plan. We have strategies. We have strategies to promote inclusive health, strategies to promote inclusive education, strategies to promote inclusive sports, strategies to promote inclusive leadership. We have these. So this is a leadership conference. Not every country likes the inclusion revolution. I like the inclusion revolution language. But the whole world is looking now for a change of, whether you want to call it a revolution, a change of mind around the issues of diversity and inclusion and equity. And this is our moment in the Africa region, the region that continues to suffer. Our community continues to suffer from COVID, but it's also continuing to show that we have strategies for change and real change, meaningful change, not talk. As Dr. Dow used to say, it didn't happen if I don't have a picture. It didn't happen if a change wasn't made, right? We're not a movement that sits around talking about change. We're a movement committed to making change real. And in this moment, that's possible. I don't think it's ever been that way before. So leadership, board members, chief executives, sport directors, program directors, initiative directors, clinical directors, school-based people, early childhood, all of you. This is not your moment to be a supporter. This is not your moment to be a bystander. This is not your moment to be a follower. It's our moment as a movement to be leaders. And Charles has done such a remarkable job. Dr. Dow for the Africa region, we all know it, and it's been felt around the world. Mary, so committed to supporting and empowering our athletes in Africa. And we're trying to raise money for this emergency fund. So if there's a country that needs a little bit of support to get back up and running, growing, SOI is gonna put its muscle behind that to raise it or give money where it's needed. I mean, I don't know though, Charles, I saw those numbers with your growing in 2021 and 2020, more schools. I don't know if you need any emergency support in Africa. You're doing such a fantastic job. So maybe you need to be giving emergency support to Europe and North America, where everybody's sitting on their hands complaining. But no, I'm very, very happy to join just briefly to thank you, all of you, for giving the time these 2 days. I hope it's a very meaningful experience. And I hope more than anything, you think to yourself, what's possible now? It might not have been possible a year or two ago. But what's possible now is that we as a movement don't just lead for our athletes, but take their voices from our athletes and lead our countries to a more hopeful and more inclusive future. Thank you, Charles. And thank you to everyone on the call and everyone who gives, I know you all give so much to our movement. And maybe you think nobody ever notices. Maybe you think it's just your own passion. But I want you to know, we do see it. Our board sees it. We share the reports, the newsletters with our board, with our corporate donors, with our political leaders, and it matters greatly. People are so moved to see the level of excellence in our Africa region. That's thanks to all of you. So thank you for letting me join, and thank you for all you do for the Special Olympics movement.
Thank you, Dr. Shriver. We really, really appreciate it for your time, for your moment to join us and share that, that piece of information. It's really, really important, critical. And especially our youth, youth leaders are using that language, the inclusion revolution. We have adopted it and we're using it, and we're making strides in that area. So thank you. We really appreciate it. We know we have to let you go. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Sorry to be leaving. I know it's going to be great. And thank you all. Maybe I spared you a longer speech from Dr. Dow. Maybe that's the most important. Okay, so long.
Thank you. Bye-bye.